So this is a national animal, right? So we'll draw a few lessons from, this is on top of the food chain, and it must be doing something right. And we will learn something about the cat family. It's not a BJP symbol. It just happens to be, but it's actually a flower from Panshet. It's a Sri Lankan lily. And we'll just touch upon these two living beings from the nature. Now the cat, it's not accidental that is on the top of the food chain. Now why it is not accidental? Because it's the most curious animal that you can find in the nature. And as you must be aware that a precursor to learning is curiosity. If you're not curious, you can never learn anything about it. So that's why the arrogant people never learn anything. They remain arrogant and they think they know everything, and therefore they get outdated more. If you put one piece of paper in the habitat where the cat lives, in a small room, he will immediately know that there is a change. That's extremely important that you must understand. So in the environment that it lives, if any change happens, it immediately spots the change. Many of us don't, by the way. And spotting the change is first action, and second then, it has to experiment. It wants to understand what this change is all about. So for instance, if you put a bomb, that would be the last day of the cat, because you're going to touch it, 100% sure. That's why they have 9 lives, right? It's a metaphor, but basically to emphasize that they are not scared to experiment. Experimentation is part of their insight. So they will experiment, they will create comfort with it. They're saying that, okay, there's no risk to live with this piece of paper, right? And then they accept it as part of the habitat, essentially. So the utter curiosity gives a massive alertness in the brain. It's continuously scanning. And with the result, what happens? Our entire bodies are controlled, entire evolution is controlled by our own thoughts. What we intend, what I call intentionality in ontological terms. It is you drive your intentionality drives your character and what you will be, eventually. So because they want to be aware continuously, they can see 10 times more than humans. They can hear 5 times more than the humans. Okay, they can taste, they can smell better than us. Because they have the need, they feel the need, and they. So now you can understand the whole body, is developed, and all the cat species have some tremendous technology, and they have retractable, the feet that the entire thing actually retracts, and that's how they can climb on the tree, come down, and also walk on dry leaves without making noise. So tremendous technology, as you can see, and almost every living being, almost every animal actually have respective quality for their survival and continuation now. So I just want to touch upon the engineering piece around this. This we see is a beautiful color, that we see the shades of color. Just imagine that that's from some dye formula. It must be manufacturing somewhere, exact shade, right? And then it has to color somewhere. The technology required, we try and paint something uniformly, and you'll be unable to, unless you are a top class artist now. But invariably, each piece of lily is able to do that. Able to manufacture, every plant manufactures that, and then is able to direct the right amount of dye in the petals, right? The petal itself, the design of the petal uses fractal geometry. So it's not accidental, it's controlled by formula, absolutely, right? So what a piece of engineering, whether it is a cat which can jump 3 floors on concrete and can walk away, right? Try that. Yeah, or simply, the lotus, if I may call it. It's a same species as lilies. It's a bigger. What is the most marvelous thing in the lotus is that that if the temperature of water was 14 degrees Celsius, that means cold, it will boost the temperature of the petals to 30 degrees Celsius, 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. Actually, the rest of the water, which is controlling the rest of the submerged part of the lotus, remains at 14 degrees. The flower itself is at 28 degrees Celsius. You know why? To give comfort to the bees and the insects which come and sit on it, which helps them in their distribution and pollination. Can you think of any better piece of engineering?